Hello, it's a wrap here and we're back for another video. Okay, guys, I hope that you all cannot hear all this background noise that's going on right now. There's just a lot going on in my living room, hoping that this will not catch into my not very stellar mic. But okay, anyways, we're here today. Fun video. If you haven't already read the title, we are tier ranking, or not we, I am tier ranking 25 romance tropes. I'm very excited. This is going to be fun. Um, I I probably cut this out of the TBR, but like the idea came to me when I was asking for romance suggestions, and I was going on a rant that probably got cut out as well about how I am not the biggest romance fan, but I had a lot of fun reviewing and I'm going to say reading Sweatpants Season by Daniel Allen, and that video should already be up. It will be linked at the end of this video. And with that, I thought it would be really fun to just tier rank and talk about romance tropes and throw in some romances that I've already read that fall into these tropes. So let's get into it. This is going to be a fun video. Let's not waste any time. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see the placards I made for each genre. They're quite small on my computer, but yeah. Anyway, so the first one we have is slow burn. Oh, I guess I should go in and talk about the rankings. Okay, so first up we have at the very top, heart eye emojis. You know, romance, love is in the air. This just makes me believe love is real. Okay, the next one we have is a lot like love. Like, I like it. I don't love it, but it's close. Okay, the next one from the famous, not the famous, notorious, viral, low vibrational plates. So, you know, it has some sustenance. Okay, it has some sustenance, but it's low hanging fruit. Okay, the next one, not my cup of tea. Not something I would normally go for. Have I read it? Is it not what I would usually pick? Not really my flavor, but you know, still like some tea. Okay, and then ain't no way in. Okay, ain't no way in hell. Okay, ain't no way. This is not. Throw the whole book away. Even though don't throw away your books, but you get what I'm saying, figuratively speaking. Okay, so let's get into it. So the first one I have is slow burn. Huh. I'm going to put this in heart eye emoji. Okay, I really like a good, you know, I need my romance to have some build up, you know. I need some development. I can't just go with, oh, that first instant look, you're beautiful, and there's like no angst. I like some angst, okay? So slow burn, heart eye emoji. Okay, next one is fake dating. Sorry, y'all, I was going in low vibrational police. I can't even think of any fake dating books that I like love. That not saying that I haven't read any fake dating. And I think, oh, Honey and Spice is a fake dating trope, right? Yeah, Honey and Spice is a fake dating trope, and actually, it is a three for me actually on Goodreads. I'm trying to think of any other fake dating romances that I've read recently. Can't think of any, but yeah, it's just, you know, I feel like it's an overused trope. And a lot of the times it could be interesting, but a lot of the times it's not done in a very interesting way, in my opinion. So, yeah, low vibrational. Okay, next one, forbidden romance. Ha. I'm going to put that in a lot like love. A lot of the times I enjoy them. Does it reinvigorate my heart and make me believe in love? Depending on how well it's written sometimes. But it's sometimes the forbiddenness of the romance can be an ick. Just, it depends on what's making the romance forbidden. Next one. Second chance. Second chance love. I should have added second chance love. Um, hmm. I'm not gonna lie, this might be an unpopular opinion. Not my cup of tea. Like, I've never read a description of a second chance love and felt a desire to read it. I know there's some popular ones that on the indie romance circuit. But yeah, not my cup of tea. I don't know. I just like a fresh new feeling of being in love. So in second chance, you have to go back and like try to like 9 times out of 10 there's some type of miscommunication in second chance love, and I don't enjoy miscommunication. I really don't. That trope. So yeah, not my cup of tea. I think 7 Days in June, which is one of the books I put in my 2022 end of year books that I read, is in that category of second chance love because they were previously, I guess, in love, but not really. They weren't like in a full blown relationship. But yeah, not my cup of tea. Okay, next one. Insta love. Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. I actually don't like insta love. And I feel like it's so predominant. There's a lot of romance that has insta love in it. And I don't like when people meet and they're just like, I love you, or like, I have to have you. Because 9 times out of 10 after that, the book like slows off so fast, or there's no like real like development of intimacy between the characters, which is so important to like really fill out a book, like to make a character full. I think it's really hard, but that's what makes it so good to like be able to communicate in on a book in on pages, like that feeling of love and intimacy in a non like physically intimate way, if that makes sense. Okay, next one. One of Us is Famous. Hmm, that's a hard one. It's going in low vibrational plates. Yeah, sorry y'all. 9 times out of 10, it's rare that I've read like One of Us is Famous romance and been like, this is really good. The idea. And see, that's a lot. That's the thing with the low vibrational plate. The idea of it is um like interesting and intriguing. The execution, 9 times out of 10, it's like it's a miss. So yeah, it's going in low vibrational plates. Would I read the description, be interested? Yes, but once you actually get into it, like the actual idea of like eating some, looking at the plate, you are like, yes, there's a lot of good stuff on that plate. But then once you get into the plate, is everything on your plate actually good? Okay, next one. Royalty romance. Not my cup of tea. Just because 9 times out of 10 royalty romance deals with like the European royal palace, and I tend to read romances of color with black people, and I don't read interracial romance. So 9 times out of 10 I don't end up reading royalty romances or even thinking to read them. So yeah, not my cup of tea. I don't, yeah. Okay, next one. Rich man, poor woman. And this is like billionaire romances. I'm putting this with not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. 9 times out of 10, it falls into like that alpha male category, and there's like domination. Like, I just don't like that. I just don't like it. I don't like that alpha male trope. I really don't. At least not like stark and as like obvious as it's presented usually in these rich man poor woman tropes. Um, it's usually not my favorite. Okay, pregnancy. Ain't no way. I don't like when people meet and like their whole story is based on the fact that they like got together and had this baby and that's like the story. I don't, if it ends with a pregnancy, okay, like that's fine, that's cool. But if it starts and that's the story, I don't want to, if that's the plot point, I'm not interested. I don't want to read it. Yeah. There is one book. It's old. I think is it Leo Sullivan? It's Leo Sullivan's. I think it's Life. Editing Yudi here. Okay, so I thought I'd mentioned that there's actually a film that came out in 2018. I had no clue until I started editing this video, but I'll put the trailer in the description just in case you may be interested. Whether or not this film is good, up for debate, but thought it was interesting, thought I'd share, and maybe it will get you to read the book if you're interested. I know I'm probably going to end up rereading it, so let's get back to the video. There's like multiple parts. It's like an urban fic. And that one, the main character like meets this guy in the past, and there's other like stuff going on. But anyway, they meet in the past, and like the secret is that she has, which is not really secret, we learned in the beginning, she has this baby, but he doesn't know, and they meet in court. And he doesn't know that like she has had his child. So that's the interesting, this might make me move up to not my cup of tea, but that's the only book I can think of. Usually like when I read that that's the plot point, I'm checked out. Okay, next one. Secret Identity. This is a hard one. I've never actually read a secret. Have I read a Secret Identity romance? I'm putting it in low vibrational plate. Would I read it? Yes. Is there anyone that's like, first of all, I rarely see that. That would be an interesting plot point, but something tells me I would see that plot point and then read it and not be that interested. So low vibrational plate. Next one. Teacher student. Ooh, this is a hard one because it depends. Ooh, it's going in low vibrational plate. Low vibrational plate. It's a trope, like if it's the teacher is a male and the student is a girl, I don't like that. But I might entertain it depending on first of all the age gap, how old the student is, if it is it college, is it high school. um I might read it, but if is it my cup, if it can be on the borderline of ick versus I'm interested. Next one. Oh, let me think. Has there been? So there is one by Trista Russell. I'm naming old romances, but it's Fly on the Wall. I might actually go back and reread it. Maybe I'll reread it and do like a like rereading when I was actually like rereading romances and like seeing if my opinion has changed now that like I'm older and I've gone through a little bit more life. But Fly on the Wall, it's super interesting in terms of the way it's written. It's like literally this fly on the wall telling the relationship of this woman who's dating her student. Um, yeah, I wonder if it still hits the same. I might go back and reread it. Yeah, I might go back and reread it and let y'all know how it goes. But that's the only teacher student romance that I've read and not been like, ick. Okay. Next one, Secret Bet. Hmm. I'm not gonna lie. This is terrible. This is one of the ones that you're gonna be like, what? I heart eye emoji. Okay. Um, I kind of like that trope. And then finding out at the end that like, oh, I actually like that person. Like it, yeah. There's one book, it's a young adult novel. It's called Played by Dana Davidson. And um I used to really enjoy that book when I was a young adult. That's another book I'll probably add to this list of stuff that I'm going to go back and reread and let y'all know if it's still worth it. I know that maybe I'll link the channel. I know that there has been like one YouTube review, and I remember the YouTuber not particularly enjoying it. And remember I read this when I was actually a young adult, so I might have a different opinion now that I'm reading it with not young adult eyes. So and yeah, not young adult eyes, and we know so much more just about like the way we relationship, or we had so much more dialogue since when that book came out. So it might not hit the same. But yeah, those played by Dana Davison, and I'm trying to think of another one. Oh, The Way to Blood recently. I would think that's like it's not a romance at all, but the romance in it, it's not really a bet either. But it kind of follows that secret bet lines. So that's another one where like I was like, ooh, this is an interesting kind of romance that was in, the book. So yeah, I heart eye emoji. I really actually enjoyed that trope. Next one. Stuck together. So stuck together, like they end up somewhere and they're unable to like leave each other's presence. So it depends. I'm going to put this in the low vibrational plates. Do I usually see it executed well? No. But if I see it in a description, am I more likely to read it? Yes. That's what low vibrational plates has become. Okay. Opposites attract. I'm going to put this in a lot like love. 9 times out of 10, I usually enjoy opposites attract, but does it make me believe in love? No. Okay. Holiday romance. Ain't no way in. No. Yeah. First of all, I'm not that much into the holidays. Like, I enjoy the holidays, but I'm not like full on into like watching. Even I'm thinking of like Hallmark type films. Like, I'm not willing to get into that into a book. So we just gonna leave that where it is. Okay? No. Grumpy versus Sunny. So actually, this review is going to come up on my channel. I just read a grumpy romance called The Replacements. Um, I've talked about The Replacements previously because I read another book by the author Shay Sanders, which is in my end of the year review, which I'll probably have linked at the end. But yeah, I decided to read The Replacements, and that was my first time, I think, reading like the trope of a grumpy romance. And this is still out for judgment because that's the only book I have that's like grumpy romance, and I didn't particularly enjoy it just because like the dynamics of their now I'm about to get into a review, but that review was coming up. It's probably going to come up after this tier ranking. But I'm literally about to say where I'm about to put it, and it's not my cup of tea. Right now, it's not my cup of tea. It could probably move up later as I read more romances. Okay, moving on to the next. Bad boy, good girl. This is a hard one. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very overdone trope. I feel like now in romances, like we don't see this trope. At least I'm thinking of Black indie romances. You see it in a specific genre, but you really don't see it in that genre as much anymore either. I'm specifically thinking of like an urban romance. Like the girl who's not in the scene and this guy who's living like this life in the scene and they both get together type trope. Um I'm putting in low vibrational. I almost put in a lot like love because I'm not gonna lie, guilty pleasure. Guilty pleasure. That should have been one of the rankings. Guilty pleasure. But it's going in low vibrational plate. 9 times out of 10, is it done well? No. But does it serve its purpose? Is it sometimes entertaining? Yes. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm good on time. I'm trying to keep these videos under 30 minutes, y'all, because I know nobody want to be here with me for an hour. Okay. Next trope. Sports romance. You know, the idea of sports romance is giving me a lot like love. Like when I see it and I read it, I'm just like, I'm so interested. But they tend to be boring. I'm going to put it in low vibrational plate. The idea, the execution, on two different pages. Okay. Mafia Romance. Not my cup of tea. So I can't even think of a book that's Mafia Romance that I've read. I can think of like some fan. It's not even fan fiction. It's just like random people writing on the internet that I really enjoyed that's been like mafia related. But 9 times out of 10, when I see a book and it's a mafia romance, I'm not interested. But I'm open to it, and I think that's what's taking it out of the ain't no way in hell category. Is that I'm open. I just haven't seen a description that has sucked your sister in. Okay, age gap. Mm, a lot like love. That's what I'm gonna put it. But the only if it's an older woman, younger man. If it's that's what's keeping it from going into the heart eye emoji category. If it's older man, younger woman, it's ick. I can't do it. Like I'm not interested. But thinking of like accidental diva, I'm trying to think of some other ones that are like older woman, younger man. That's the only one I can think of right now. But accidental diva was one that was an enjoyable read and a fun read. And also, if it's like a certain, like, if the age gap isn't like ridiculous, like the woman is like in her 70s and she with a 25-year-old, like, I can't do it. But if, he's like in his late 20s and she's maybe like in her like late 30s, okay, like it's not as terrible as like if she was dating somebody who was like a teenager, like no girl, you robbing the cradle, that's nasty, I can't do it. So yes, it depends. Okay, bully romance. I added this, but I'm actually not sure what makes a bully. Like, is it somebody who's just really mean? I'm just gonna put this in. I don't know where to put it. I kind of want to put it in not my cup of tea because I'm not very clued in on what exactly that type of romance entails. Okay, next one, enemies to lovers. That's another one. It's like with fake dating, it's a really overdone trope. It really is. So we're about to put it in low vibrational plates. I'm tired of enemies to lovers because it could be interesting, but 9 times out of 10 it'd be boring and you just be let down. And the stuff that they be enemies over be real petty and like, why y'all beefing about this, And they're not even really beefing. 9 times out of 10 they're like attracted to each other, but it's like something real silly that's like, oh, I find you so attractive, but like your teeth is crooked, so I can't really like you type of thing. And it's like, girl, like it's not that deep. And 9 times out of 10, the love is stronger than the hate. But there is a thin line between love and hate, I guess. But it's just not done well. Like, I need some real enemies. Like, y'all don't like each other. Okay? Like, I'm thinking of some K dramas where, like, literally, like, you a hitman. Like, I need that. Like, I want to kill you, but now I think I love you type of trope, from enemy. I need y'all to be real enemies. Like, you the reason that my my mama in jail or something crazy like that. Like, I should not be liking you. Like, you are a terrible person, but I do. Kind of going because I just put a lot like love, forbidden romance. I need the enemies to lovers to almost be forbidden. That's how deep I need the hate to be. Okay. Like, yes, understandable. Like, understandable, like, oh, we get why you hate this person. But damn, the chemistry is so magnetic type of energy. Okay, moving on. Workplace romance. Woo. The Replacements was just a workplace romance. I'm trying to think of some other workplace romances that I've read. I can't. Okay, this is hard. Because it's been a while. There was a period in my life where I read a lot of romance, but now my like mind is blank, so it's very hard. Workplace romance. I'm putting in low vibrational. Low vibrational. Wow, I have a lot in the low vibrational category. Um, yeah, like, could it be interesting? Have I enjoyed one or two workplace romances? Yes. It, it's kind of giving fluff. Okay, and the last one, friends to lovers. Y'all, it's not my cup of tea. I don't really enjoy friends to lovers. Like I said, like I love a slow burn. But Friends to Lovers is kind of too slow. And I hate when somebody is already like interested in someone. I think what I enjoy most about a slow burn is when they're not interested in one another and then they come to see that like with time and then they look at each other and they're like, I'm looking at you a little bit different. But friends to lovers, 9 times out of 10, one of the friends likes that person already. The other friend is just oblivious and not cluing in that, hey, girl, this person, this girl, man, whomever has been pining over you forever. So, yeah, it's not my favorite. Okay, so this is the final one. Wow, I'm surprised. I really only had two top ones and only had two ones that I would absolutely not read, but I feel like there's so maybe some of the low vibrationals can come down. But yeah, at the end of the day, this is the ranking. How would you rank it? So yeah, that's the official um ranking. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your favorite romances. Again, I've said this before, I'm trying to read more romances because I think there's going to be my favorite reviews on here. And we'll see you in another book review because I'm literally looking at the book that I'm reading next. That's going to be the next video on this channel and telling myself I need to get to it. So, yes, hope you all are having a good new year because I know this is coming out in the beginning of the new year. And we will talk later in the comments. So, deuces.